All right, here we go. Another PSA reveal. This time it's 22 cards. So if you guys watched my last video, I messed up. The card that was missing out of here was that Anthony Volpe that I mentioned. So I'll mention it here one more time. The 542 card that was missing. This goes in the other order. So this one is Frank's, and the rest of these are mine. So Frank, this is the Tristan Casas in the blue foil. So they got a 10 in that one, and the one ending in 039 for this order is the Volpe. There we go. So there's 38 and missing 39. Okay, so that's that. All right, so that goes back with that order. That order is complete. And let's get into this one. So did really well, did check out the grades. I think we had an 8, 2 8s on the last order, and the rest 10s and 1 9 maybe, somewhere in that range. But this one, this is the PSA 9 right here. PSA 9. Kevin Parada, Mets first rounder in 2022, 11th overall. Parada on the shimmer. I didn't see any print lines. I'm hoping they weren't, going by some of these grid lines, because they are more present in some cards. So if you hold it this way, got a lot of glare going there. If you hold it this way, you don't see any of the grid. You just see the nice shimmer. But then if you hold it, see if I can do it flat. Yeah, it's going to be tough to see. There we go. So you can see the lines here. It's like every 1 inch, and that's just a grid. That's like a pattern. I don't know if that's how they do this image here, but if you turn it like that, you could see the line going across, and then if you tilt it back, there's a line here, and then there's 2 going this way. It almost looks like a checkerboard, but that's just how these cards are. Plenty of 10s like that, plenty of 8s and 9s as well. So it could have just been something that I missed and was obvious, or they just felt that it is deserving of a 9. But the other 21, all PSA 10s. We almost aced the test. Nice mix, all baseball, like I typically do. So let's get through it. This card is already sold, so this will be put into packaging and off to shipping. So there's the prospect card, his second card, True Blue. Would have loved to get a first in the True Blue. Probably would have hung on to that for a while, but his stuff's starting to sell really well. So that's out of 150. That card is gone. Next up, we got Axel. This is numbered out of 100. This is the Atomic from 23 Chrome autograph. Number 18 of 100. Got a 10. Here's Shim in a purple. PSA 10. These are out of 250. Okay, next up, Morbido. Out of 499. Refractor Auto. Alberto Rios. Here's a green to 99. This came from a blaster box. I believe it was a blaster, or mega box, I think. No, it was 23 draft. Yeah, it was only 22. This must come out of hobby. They didn't do the mega boxes, the light boxes in 2023. 2022 was the last year, and they had those nice ray waves. I did a couple boxes of those recently, and I like those. I wish they would have kept those in the draft product, but they did not. So, but you can get the greens obviously in the draft. Typically, the green, what I thought is it's an exclusive color to the retail, to the blaster format for regular Bowman. So that's Alberto Rios to 99. Here's a couple of Salas cards and a 10. Both Mojos. Try to keep these in number order. Okay, and then obviously that's the Volpe, the Mojo case hit. If you didn't watch the other video, no worries, I'll show it again. This is the card that's but it's Volpe and it's in a PSA 10. So if you're interested in that, just reach out to me. That's a card for Joe. he had already stopped by, and he's local near me, so he took that with him. So that's the card that goes in that spot, 039, and then here is 040. So this is the out of 274. So there's a 574, a 274, then there's the black, which is just 74, and then there's the 999, which is the white colored chrome. But this is the I don't know, it's more like a smoke color, but they call it silver refractor. You know, when the light hits it, it does shine up pretty good, but it's got that charcoal smoke looking color. So that's 198 out of 274 and a PSA 10, Jordan Walker. Here is a nice one. This is a image variation of Josh Young. I'm probably going to hang on to this one for a little while, I think. Next up, Julian. Just a base rookie and a PSA 10. I like this card a lot here, just because the color, all blue, and Tosh Bradley in a PSA 10 rookie out of Sapphire. This one's going to go with my PSA or my PSA binder page in my set for the Sepia run. So anytime I get a few cards back like this, I think I kept the Adler Gunner and maybe one or two others, and then this came back a 10. So I'm just going to hang on to that one and put it into the binder with the set. Just a base Jordan Walker. This is the Silver Mojo. I pulled a few of these and they were really bad, like really off-centered. Then I ended up getting one of these and it looked great. So decided to send that in. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a tougher card to get a 10 on or just a run of cards that I had of him. I think there was 2 or 3 that I got that were just really off-center. Here's a nice green Yoshida. It is the debut, but it is green to $3.99 or $4.99, sorry, out of 22 update. Next up, got this out of I think it was a hobby box. I'm not sure if it was the jumbo, but there's just a paper auto. This is Junior Caminero in a PSA 10. All right, next up. I don't send a lot of these cards in, unless they're good rookies, or the numbered stuff is really tough just because the black, the gold, and the reds that these come in the paper version. The chrome stock with the Mojo look, that's a little different in this 88 design, but these thick ones with the patch and that'll have excuse me, bat pieces or jerseys. Yeah, so really nicely centered, bulkier case. Here's the profile. You could see it's basically the center of this case thickness, and then it adds a piece on top and a piece on bottom. So in terms of how thick, if you want to gauge, you know, what this is like. So it's almost like, it's about 1.5. It's 1.5 thickness. So yeah, I'd say full and then quarter with these two lips. But yeah, that's how these look. And yeah, that's a nice Michael Harris. A lot of people say they grade these tougher. I'm not saying that they don't. I don't want to debate anybody because my head will start to hurt listening to what people post on the internet. But the biggest thing I can tell you with these cards, just check the card sideways. A lot of times in thicker cards, when they're made, you'll see like a crown or a dip or a bow, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I have anything here that's too thick. I can kind of show you guys. Let me see if I got something here. Here's a, let me see if this one's a little bit thicker than this card actually. Wonder what these would look like in a PSA slab. It's got to be much bigger. But just to give you an idea, look at the cards this way. So if I get that to focus. There we go. So you don't see a lot of bowing and cupping on these edges. And then also check down the line this way. So when you're looking at it this way, I'll check this surface here to see if it's flared up. But this one's actually pretty good. I've seen some that are, you know, you can look at them straight and just see them curl. But, you know, with the dark edges, this is actually surprisingly in really nice shape. Just a little touch there, but that's what you want to check. And then also on these, check the inner edge here. They look at this too. They look at the whole entire card, but that's mainly what you want to look for. A lot of times when this is foil wrapped around here, in this case, it has like a black border in here. Just check for chipping, check for anything that's, you know, anything that they could find that stands out quickly. But that style card, there's no added charge for this thickness. I don't know about if there's thicker ones than this that they do charge more for. I don't know. I don't grade a ton of them. I've only done a few in my many years of grading. So let's see if there's anything in here that would be comparable. Well, that's just a blackboard. It's just going to be tough to grade. These aren't as bad right here. So this is probably the same thickness, I believe. Maybe this might be a tad thicker. I think it's about this. But yeah, I always look at the edge profile too. And, you know, because it might look good up front, but and you can kind of see this one here. You see that edge here where this blue is? If I turn the light on it right there, this edge has got like a flare, and you could feel it. Yeah, so let's see if it's visible down this line. It's hard to get the camera to focus, but you get the idea. So just take a peek at that stuff. That's what I always do. I look at that, and a lot of times I just can't stomach when people say, "Oh, they grade those thick cards harder." I have no idea what that means. So there's like a sign in the building that just says, "Hey guys, you know, remember, you know, like the lunchroom, it says, reminder, check those thick cards, grade those harder." I have no idea. If the card looks good, send it in. Maybe we'll get a good grade. I don't know. Don't be afraid. Maybe you'll get something nice. Anyhow, moving on. Paul Skeens, Wave. These waves are not numbered. They do come in the numbered stuff. I think starts with the speckle on the prospects, and those are numbered to 50, I believe. But the Wave is not numbered. So I'm not sure on the print run, but this one got a 10. And just something to watch. I don't know if you guys watched maybe it was a live I was doing, so I'll just mention it. This thicker border down here. Here we go. Here's a good example. So got one right here, actually. I was just taking a photo for somebody that was interested in this. This is a nice Ronald Acuna, and you can see this is almost half the size on the vet card. So the prospect cards are going to have this gap here that's almost doubled. So if you could see the base between below Atlanta Braves and below Pittsburgh Pirates, this, you know, here's a good example if I could show it this way. There we go. So you could see how much more thicker this bottom space is. And then all these cards are like this for the vets. So I don't know if that's by design with what they have going on here. I have no idea. No idea. But yeah, and I've looked. I was hesitant on sending some of this stuff in until I waited to see what the PSA 10s and 9s were looking for. So if you're unsure on anything, you're hesitant about grading, it's not that hard. Does it take time and all that stuff? Yeah, sure, but if you're on the fence about it, just go for it. Send a small order in, try it, see if you like it. If you don't, then you don't. And there's nothing wrong with that too. But if you're unsure about the card you're sending in and what it's supposed to look like, resources right at your fingertips. A lot of great YouTube channels. And then there's also eBay. Go to eBay, click on the item, and then see what 10s look like. See what an 8 looks like. See what a 9 looks like. 9s and 10s are going to be tough to differentiate. But if you see an 8 and it's clearly a centering issue that just looks bad, that's more telling. Modern stuff is hard because there's a lot of the 9s and 10s out there, so you may not have the best example. But if you can pull up a card that you're on the fence about, just type in PSA 10 and then change your search to 9, change it to 8, and see what they look like. While you pull them up on your phone or whatever, take a screenshot, and then, you know, when you go back to your grading, set your phone up and just look through your photos and kind of set them up like this. So you can set your phone on a stand or whatever, and then scroll through your screenshots and then hold the card up however you wish. Might be helpful, you know, having the phone up there and then just hold the card next to it. Something that I don't typically do, but I did wait to see what these are going to look like before I sent them out. So having this back, it does give me a good gauge, because I'm looking at these cards and going, man, is the whole entire case lot like this? But then it was card after card. Then I was looking at the colors, the parallels, and the inserts as well to see what the difference was between vets and prospect cards. So that's what you're up against. Yeah, so Paul Skeens, #1 pick. Next up, we got a Chrome Jackson Holiday and a PSA 10. I think I have this card already with my set, so I may sell this individually or just build another set and sell a complete set with this. I think that'd be nice to add. Here's a nice one. This is Jarren Duran, like this green wave, just like the green color all together. This one's out of 99 in the 22 Platinum Anniversary. One of the best releases behind Stadium Club Chrome in 2022. This, hands down, is the best looking cards, this design, in my opinion. And then lastly, another card I picked up from a shop and looked clean. Decided to get it graded, and this one got a 10. So that's the order. 21 cards, all PSA 10s, and 1/9. So really cool. Good gem rate. You know, not all orders are going to be like that. So if you're watching for the first time, don't expect something like that every time. It's just not going to happen. So if you got any questions about grading or anything like that, and you're watching the video for the first time or following me for the first time, whatever it may be, drop the comments in the chat below, and I'll be more than happy to give you at least my advice or my opinion on something and my experience with grading. And if you're interested in any of those cards, ac@thecarddeal.com. And if you're into Card Shop Hangout, virtual style, we do a live every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And personal boxes, personal packs, everything is on the website, thecarddeal.com. Grab some spots. If not, come hang out, jump in the chat, introduce yourself, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, see if it's something you'd like to get into. We just try to hang out for a handful of hours every Friday and break open some boxes. This Thursday, however, we do have a group break at 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to come hang out for that too, we'll see you guys then.